she's going to let us know.
Got it.
Okay, I think we
She's
are.
going to let us know.
Okay, are we still on, Val? Okay, perfect. I am going to press record. Hold on, Everest.
All right.
I wonder, when I was thinking about this, Everest, I'm like, you know how sometimes you see people seamlessly go into recording in the webinar? Do you see me?
I see you, yeah. I'm
Okay.
trying to I'm getting our screen so where it looks good and it's the right size.
Well, you both look handsome. You always look handsome.
Thank you, Heather. Oh, thank you, Heather.
I want to take a minute to introduce myself. Sometimes we might have new followers. My name's Heather, and I'm grandmother Florida Mayo's oldest kid, only daughter. That's my brother Everest over there in Estancia, and his partner, my brother-in-law, Michael. So last time I think I said to Michael, I'm like, you're my favorite brother-in-law. You're my only brother-in-law. I still love you. You're my favorite. So
I don't like sharing the stage.
No.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I love you too.
And guess what? You're never going to have to.
No.
Isn't that cool?
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. But I'm in Idaho, and
Yes.
Everest and Michael are actually over there at the path. They have been there for like going on 2 years.
No.
It's more than 2 years
Over
now.
2 years, yeah.
Just it's a month past 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Over 2 years, in the height of the pandemic, Everest and Mike got in a U-Haul, left New York City. My brother has lived in one of the cities, Chicago, New York City, his entire adult life.
Yep.
Until the pandemic. And they've been over there helping manage. So they take care of it, they caretake, they help with the seeds, they help my parents. You guys do a lot.
I would also add develop.
Develop.
Manage and develop. We're building an art studio. We've rebuilt the gardens and the landscaping.
Yeah, we sculpted a lot, turned the garden into heart-shaped gardens. There's a couple of heart mounds. We're building an adobe wall, adobe studio, a cobbed greenhouse. We're cobbing around our little building too.
Yeah.
It's just cobbing.
All
this ancient building and sculpting, and it's
fabulous.
Yeah.
I love that. And the nice thing is, over right after Earth Day, Leanne, who is our seed keeper, she's got a couple farms she helps out. I think she's also helping over there at Ojo Caliente.
Yeah, she's
recently. So we have a seed share going on. And Everest is going to share some of the beautiful seeds that we've got that we're sharing, the Anasazi beans.
Yeah, there's a big selection and some sunflowers. There's a big selection that we picked from the vault of squash and corn and sunflowers
and beans.
We like to call it the four sisters, not just the three sisters. My mother loves flowers, and I remember you'll see some pictures last year with the first heart-shaped garden. You had a whole bunch of beautiful sunflowers, and I think planting those sunflowers also makes us think about our brothers and sisters in Ukraine, and they're just a beautiful flower. So we encourage you. Make a one-time donation, $25 or more, to our annual fundraiser. Email me, let me know what seeds you want, and send me your mailing address. And then Everest and Mike package them up once a week, and we'll send them out. So we really, and all those proceeds go to the path. So we really appreciate that. Also, another thing, we haven't been on YouTube for a couple of weeks, but recently my mother's Instagram was taken over and hacked. So we have a new one, Great Grandmother Florida Mayo. Don't accept any messages from the old account, Grandmother Florida Mayo. No. Don't fall for what I did, where I think that sometimes people trying to take money or do things that aren't correct. It was completely believable. I mean, I worked, in the military, and I fell for it.
It happens. It happens. But
It
like,
does.
a rule of thumb is like we're never going to like contact somebody looking for a reading.
No.
Right. And that seems to be something happening recently. I think they're identifying spiritual leaders,
Yes, they are.
good organizations to try to get people to pay for this reading, get their information, and they're going to continue it. So always know that when we do readings, whether it's for my setting one up for my mom, setting one up with Everest and Mike, or myself, we're not going to initiate it. You're going to initiate it, contact us. It's a dialogue, and if it doesn't feel right, don't do it.
Right.
Definitely.
Because I was in tears. I was like, that was hours of work. But
I know.
We're moving on. Like the Phoenix, right? Like my Scorpio sign.
Like the Phoenix. Yes.
It's fine. It's good. All learning lessons. Everybody, it's okay. No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Everest and Mike do a lot in astrology and tarot, saying that we have a Sunday webinar. We always do a webinar preceding the full moon on a Sunday at noon every month. It's my mom, Mike, Everest, and myself, and they're really a fun time. There's a nominal fee. If you can't join us live, you get the recording. And if for some reason you're, not able to afford the $22 to register, just reach out to us and let us know, and we'll get you registered. It's really a good time. With that being said, I'm going to have Everest and Mike kind of talk about what we're in. We've got summer solstice to look forward to.
Yeah.
And they're going to pull a couple cards. We just got a Facebook Live. It's always different on what we're going to pull.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the planets?
Well, I'll talk about the planets, sure. The Sagittarius full moon that we're coming up on June 14th at 5:30 Mountain Time, it will be 23 degrees Sagittarius, opposite of the sun, which is in Gemini. All right. Now, this full moon is a little different from last month's full moon, which was a lunar eclipse in Scorpio, which was supposed to be a big revelation, something that is revealed, shocking, that you must get rid of and expel. And every full moon is sort of like the season of Lent in a way. You know, you kind of have to kind of get rid of what isn't serving you and clear away the dead growth, if you want to use a gardener's term.
It's like the culmination of the cycle.
Yeah.
Spiritual weeding. Spiritual weeding.
Is very, very important.
Yeah. And it's just reflection.
Yeah.
And just checking in, keeping balanced. This moon has a bit of homework associated with it, because Sagittarius is the spiritual seeker and the sign of truth and justice, and expansion and faith.
Yes.
It would be a good idea to just kind of make a little pie chart of what your day looks like and your interests, and see if you could somehow deepen each of your interests just a little bit. If you could do one of those old time management exercises, where you're kind of like, well, how do I spend my time, and what am I not doing, and what am I doing? So that's the first part of Sagittarius full moon. The other thing to do is to look at your animal instincts, because Sagittarius is the centaur, representing higher intentions, higher learning, carried on your animal instincts. And you could really look at your animal instincts, understand where they're being used creatively, where you're using them well, passions. Right?
And where the animal takes over, and you're
and
triggered,
it's using you.
and you have this, when the animal's using you, and you have to snap.
Yeah.
The centaur has the body of a horse, and then the torso of man, representing this movement from the animal into the human.
It's all about movement. Sagittarius learns through moving through the world.
Yeah.
And then through communication too.
Yes, and learning and knowledge, but it's higher learning. So it's like a faith in the university.
A faith in something that you can't quite
that you're aspiring towards.
You're aspiring towards.
Yeah, like the arrow shooting, you're aspiring towards that target, and you have to faith that you're true.
You have to have that faith, right?
Yeah, faith and education.
Yeah.
If you were going to be an animal, Everest, which one? You know how some people will say, like, they'll see like an eagle and they'll be like, oh, there's the eagle medicine.
Yeah.
And you'll hear people talking about the totems or different animals that resonate with them. Which one resonates with you? If you could describe yourself moving into this season,
that's
what
easy.
would it be?
I'm a big old floppy puppy dog.
Yeah, I'm a dog or a horse. I'm a horse or a dog, but more of a dog.
Yeah. I'm really. It was funny. I had this conversation with Mom the other day, and it was sweet. Mom was like, "Everest, you're really like a very sweet and thoughtful man. Are you just like that with me?" And I was like, "No. It's like I'm not. Thank you so much." I was like, "God, you noticed. I'm nice." But it's like a really kind of conscious effort to kind of temper myself and be kind and kind and thoughtful, and I'm going to
considerate and empathic, considering where we've been in our lives.
Right, exactly, and generous, like a dog, like a happy little dog that is
trusting.
Yeah, and I have a lot of conscious effort to trust in love, and to trust in kindness. Yeah. I'm going to misquote Morrissey, but Morrissey has this amazing quote of it's like, it takes great courage to be kind and generous, I think is what it is.
We're going to find that quote. My little Valerie is going to find the quote from Morrissey and put it in. But that really resonates with me. Now, if I was going to think of myself, I think I'm a Scorpio, and I would say I am a prime example of a Scorpio woman. I would see myself more like a wolf or like a bear or even possibly a badger, where they're kind of to themselves, very protective of their family and their home.
Yeah.
But very cautious of what we let in to that area. And we not necessarily, there is that side that you don't want to be on the bad side of a Scorpio. And I'm learning to manage that. I'm having a hard time in finding the forgiveness to the people that took over Mom's account.
Yeah.
And forgiveness for myself. I think I could hold that, like, when you do something bad or something that you regret, that, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I have a hard time moving on from that. But this is my spiritual path of learning. And so,
and you're on it.
And you're on it, wolf sister.
Well, and I know Mom is like that too. My mom would say she is a wolf.
Oh yeah, Mom's totally a wolf.
Yeah. So, and I want to share with everyone, our little Path membership cards. I love them. So we just had these made and we're sending them out to all our members. And Valerie's going to include the information. So we're going to be sending out all our membership stuff for our members this year here shortly. I was waiting for these, but everything's taking a while. I think in the world, we need to now have that patience whatever we're doing.
Well, you know what it is, Heather? It's like we're like the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. It's like we're like Europe now. We're like, gas has always been expensive in Europe. Things have always taken a long time. But it's
really, I used to be shocked at the price of gas when I go to Europe and see, like, wow, you spend $100 every time you fill your tank up, like, and they're like, yeah, Americans have it really easy.
Well, and there's not, that's why and they do a good job using public transportation, walking.
Yeah, bicycle riding.
And people live close to where they work, so it's not like you're driving hours to work. It's not the commuter culture that we have here.
But I gotta say, it's it's difficult, and it's been. I'm surprised it's been like a real challenge for us over here at the Path because things are so expensive right now, and it's
And
really.
you're
I mean,
away from anything. And if you haven't visited the Path, it is a destination place. If you're in Santa Fe or Albuquerque, you're going to have to drive at least an hour and a half one way
mhm,
to come in rural New Mexico. There,
rural.
there is
Rural.
there is no stop sign. There is no grocery store.
Nope.
You have to travel to a different town. And it reminds me of where Bryn lives in Hawaii, where you have to make a effort when you go to Santa Fe or Albuquerque to run all your errands once a month.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And it takes me a lot of courage to be in doing all those errands and be like, okay, I'm doing it all. Yeah, because I'm used to New York where I can just pop around all over the place.
The bodega has everything.
Yeah.
The bodega.
Everything.
But like in Torrance County, there's only 2 grocery stores in the entire county.
Right.
Yeah. So it's hard. And but you know what I love is when you guys do the tarot cards, the 3 tarot cards. That's a little different than what we did last time.
Yeah,
and
sure.
if somebody wants us to pull a card for them, type it in the YouTube live.
Yeah.
We're kind of new to YouTube live. So we'll see if we got anyone that wants a card pulled, but I would love the 1, 2, 3. And if you're watching us in the future, you can do this and look at the 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Mike will describe it to you.
Let's gravitate towards one of the 3. All right. We're gonna hold up 1.
1.
Ooh.
And 2.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So everybody out there in TV land, in the present and the future, just kind of think about 1 and 2 and 3. I know I'm doing this a little backwards. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
So this is 1.
Yep, that's
Okay,
1.
that's 2. That's 3.
Okay. So we'll start with 1. So we have this is the card of nostalgia.
Yeah.
We have these 2 children, and
they're enjoying a sweet moment by themselves, away from the adults, right?
Yeah.
They're in their own little world.
And it's sweet, but it really is like a warning about the trappings of nostalgia.
Yeah.
And kind of seeing things in the past.
Or the good old days.
Yeah. It's like a memory.
Yeah.
This card is kind of like a memory of like a sweet childhood moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could recreate sweetness if you are lacking it in your life.
Yeah.
And you need some tenderness. You could invite that in. Just be careful of going too far into that dream.
And the one thing with tarot is that there's a big scale.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole spectrum of the way to read these cards, and like the general one is, nostalgia and the trappings of nostalgia, but it could also just be like really like just sweet, tender kindness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2, Chariot. So here we have. How would you describe it?
I would say you're being pulled forward. You just have to be careful not to be pulled off your course to the left or the right. It's a message about balancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this figure in the center.
Balancing your time, balancing your emotions.
There's 2 opposing animals, magical Sphinx animals that are driving this chariot. And so there's like this balance of opposing forces. Mm-hmm. And if you can imagine a chariot driving fast, and it takes a lot of like focus and skill to balance as you're moving.
Mm-hmm.
That's number 2.
Number 3 is
Ace of Wands.
Yeah.
Wands is fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a brand new idea, and it's a great idea too.
Yeah.
Right.
Super positive.
It's a green
light. That's
mine.
Oh, really?
That's a green light.
It's a green light. It's a total green light. And I know what's going on with you. So, yeah, green light.
Oh, my God. Well, I love that. I'm going to share a couple things that we have on Love and Light, and I'll talk a little bit about the different entities. So people that haven't joined before. We have my mom as Grandmother Flor de Mayo and her website. And then we have the Path, which is the 501c3, the nonprofit. And a lot of things, whether you're buying some stuff even from Love and Light, adopting Crystal Skulls, attending the webinars, they're tax deductible donations and they help sustain the path. Okay. A couple of the things that we have new are our sun catchers, because we love the sun, the element of fire, and we've got pink, blue, and like the gold. Mom loves the gold. And they've got some sacred ash from a fire ceremony with Don Alejandro. We have a local friend who is a gifted glass blower who makes those for us. And he also makes the Starry Night. You know, and the nice thing that Philip did recently, Everest for us, is he's done a lot with memorial ash. So this is just regular ash, but we, with our puppy dogs, we had them put in like a little galaxy marble. I think I've got it over there, Val. So you can kind of see, and this was kind of the big version of.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
This is the big version
of that.
Of this.
Got it.
And you can see the ash in there. And this is from the fire ceremony, you know, and this is something, this is my puppy. But yeah, so that's really beautiful. All the proceeds benefit the path, and Everest and Mike have path mugs with them.
Oh, we do. We just happen to be drinking from them.
Yes.
I really like these guys a lot.
Well, and they're comfortable for coffee. They fit all. Yeah. Caleb likes it because they fit his hand. They're hand thrown in the United States. They are thrown by a local artisan over in Wisconsin. The other thing that we've got is we have the feminine gift set. Now, my mom's name, Flor de Mayo, she grew up in Nicaragua, is also the name for the frangipani or the plumeria. And we have a plumeria candles. They're from a young woman over here in Boise makes them. And they smell just like Hawaii, just like the plumeria. And you get the candle. And then you get the summer solstice meditation oil. All the meditation oils that we have the grandmother plant. And back in the day, I don't know how Mom would travel. She would carry this before 9/11. Remember all the plants? I don't know how she did it.
I don't know how she did it either. She came back from India with the biggest suitcase I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was living in a five-story walk-up in Washington Heights. And I had to it was like 200 pounds. I didn't know what the heck was in it. But it turned out that it was just filled with like herbs.
You know how they tell you don't leave with like stuff? I don't know how my mom has left these places with some of the stuff that she's left with, including crystal skulls in India. And I remember she had
grinding stones, like a lot.
Ouch.
And somehow this little 5-foot woman carries these mammoth rocks all over the place. So the grandmother plant is a sacred plant that my mom carried from Nicaragua, and it's grown now over here. And I know you guys have also some of the sweetgrass that Sadie loves.
Yeah, we do. We have the sweetgrass has been a really interesting little experiment I've been having. I've been testing out transplanting it and playing around with it. It's beautiful. It does really well.
And speaking about seeds, a lot of people are still sending in seeds. We're trying to increase our plant medicine. A lot of places around the United States and abroad are finding that there is marijuana is legalized and used as a medicinal plant. We also have some other plant medicines that are being sent in. So if you have seeds that you're interested in sending in, Valerie's going to include in the chat the email and how we can put you in touch and the address to send those. So you guys are always there. So you're always receiving stuff.
Yeah.
So that's another way to give back. And then we have again, oh, this is, so the moon coming up, the full moon is what, a strawberry moon, right?
Yes.
So here is my other rose quartz sun and moon. Now I am just, Everest and Mike do you see her?
Oh, I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. That's really pretty.
So this is just a beautiful altar piece that you can put on. It's we've got these are $50. They're hand carved, but I love them. You could put them in your purse, carry them with you, and it's got the sun and the moon. I'm gonna send you one, Everest and Michael.
Yeah, send us one. Send us one.
You can. We'll send you this one.
Oh,
And then we've got, which other thing? We've got, and this we shared on the other one. Because it's full moon, we're sharing different altar items. This is a strawberry quartz full moon. I love this. We're going to send you that.
That's beautiful.
That is so adorable.
Yeah.
And it's just a cute little face. So, and we always try to pick things that Mom would enjoy.
Yes.
She doesn't
Mom
really
loves
need it.
little and loves cute.
Yeah, anything cute.
Right?
Must be cute.
And then we've got our clear quartz skull, adopting a crystal skull. We, on the Love and Light website, we just made Crystal Skull 1 and 2 available, which really, I think they're 1.5-hour webinars and kind of go into about crystal skulls. So whenever you adopt a crystal skull, it's a tax-deductible donation, and this is the gift. So it kind of is this reciprocity. And because this, I love, this is rainbow. We're in Pride Month, which is my
bingo. Nice.
So this, her name is Rainbow. So when you adopt all the heart, the rainbows, or unicorns, or different dragons, we name them. They come with their certificate of authenticity, a tax-deductible donation, how to care for it. But she's been hanging out. I'm going to call, I feel like she's a she, but
yeah, definitely a she.
So she's been hanging out with her crystal skulls, and this is Rainbow. She's an aura crystal unicorn. So I love that. Are you laughing at?
Yeah, you're so fun.
Well, I mean, I couldn't think of, I love the name Rainbow, and we love unicorns. We just got Mom, and I got my granddaughter the dragon unicorn. Cute. So my mother regresses a little bit. She loves stuffed animals.
Yeah.
You'll sometimes see her with her little stuffed Yoda.
Yeah.
And
tomorrow's doll day.
Oh, tomorrow's doll day.
You have to take the pictures of Mom with her dolls. What is doll day?
I have no idea. She just announced that tomorrow's doll day.
By the way, tomorrow's doll day. Like,
okay. All right. Okay.
We're going to find out more. Valerie's going to find out more about doll day tomorrow.
I think it might be like in town. Like one of her gal friends told her that it was doll day tomorrow. So I don't know, but yeah, that's a fine. We can.
You're like, okay, they need dust them out, take them out.
Yeah.
Because Mom's like, I'm going to have Everest take a picture of me with all my dolls.
To celebrate
yeah.
11th by giving a doll to someone special.
Oh, Valerie just said that it is World Doll Day, June 11th, and you can celebrate Doll Day by giving a doll to somebody special.
Oh, that's nice.
Or a duende.
Or duende. Yeah. Well, doll is a kind of a big term. There's lots of ways of there being a doll.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay. International Doll Day.
A lot can be a doll.
Yeah, a lot can be a doll.
Right.
A lot can be a doll.
Yeah.
Summer solstice. What kind of ritual do you think would be a good one to?
Okay. Well, we've been talking about this new moon in Sagittarius.
No, the full moon.
The full moon. Sorry, the full moon in Sagittarius, and it's like a real kind of higher education um, searching, and it made me kind of think about the summer and that we've got a little bit more time off, and so maybe really setting some time off and finding like some personal like reference, like it'd be a great time to pick up a book, you know.
Yeah. Just to nurture yourself.
Just to nurture yourself.
And just, yeah.
You know, kind of like cozy up and like read a book and expand your knowledge.
I'm thinking
base.
of a salt-based protective ceremony, like what you mentioned with salt.
Yeah.
You know, my
Oh, I should mention it on YouTube because somebody had shared if you know if something negative is going on. I have my little, this is just, and it's just filled with salt. You guys can see it. I have black salt too, but this one's got white salt. And you know, if I'm feeling like something heavy is going on, I write it down and I stick it in the salt for it to go away. It just kind of gets rid of it. So this is an easy thing. I always have a thing of salt on my altar. So that would be a good way of doing it. I think and we have a couple salt baths. We have like the lavender salt bath. That might be really nice on a full moon.
I want to surround the house.
I think
with
we could
a salt line just to
we could do a real good cleansing. There's been so much going on.
That's a solstice thing, right?
Yeah, we've been kind of like through this emotional, really empathetic Piscean energy that we're coming out of. And
the last couple of months with that incredible Pisces conjunction that sensitized everybody. And then coming out of that, we had the planets move into Aries, which is like rocket fuel being dumped on a spark.
Yeah.
So all this energy. But it just so happened that we had the tragedy of the school shooting. A lot of people just, they had the energy to creatively do things. But if you're sensitive to that kind of horror, you know, it felt like a meltdown. And it still feels like that, and luckily
it feels like one thing after the other.
Yeah,
it is one thing.
But we have some distance now, and there's other good things to talk about. The conjunction between Venus and Uranus. So if you're in the market for love,
Venus
you
and
could
Uranus.
get a surprise right now.
Where they?
Set your intention.
Right here. Uranus is there. Venus is there
In Taurus.
Yeah, in Taurus.
Venus rules Taurus.
Yeah.
So there's this like kind of like really strong energy in Taurus right now. Yeah. And Venus coupled with Uranus, which has been there for a while, really adds the possibilities of like beauty and love and romance and food and pleasure and deliciousness and summer, you know.
And we need this right now.
Yummy.
Summer love.
Summer love and being open to something weird, you know, like try some new food.
Try something new. Everybody in this Sagittarius full moon.
Yeah, try something new.
Try new things.
Yeah, and like really project yourself out into the future.
Yeah. It'd be nice to hear what people do for something new. I love that. So we're hoping everyone will join us on Sunday. We have our Shift Network bi-monthly. You can join anytime for that. Everest and Michael, if you feel like you want a private tarot reading or astrology, or just want more time privately, send us an email. Valerie's going to include the information on there, how you can reach them. Mom's doing private sessions. I do private sessions. We've got a lot going on. And we are going to rise like the phoenix in spite of the Instagram thing. I do want to also mention to everyone, if you can take the time to, if you're on Instagram, like the new page, Great Grandmother Florida Maya, share things that really inspire you. We try to put content on Facebook. I know Everest and Mike like their page. You know, when you just take that a little extra effort, it really goes a long way. You know, and helps resonate that good. You know, take the time to share somebody else's message. You know, it's a way of giving back. And if we could maybe push all this good stuff out there in the 4 directions, maybe it'll help.
It does help. There's no maybe. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faith.
I love that. And I would love a card. Tomorrow I'm having a yard sale, very cathartic process for me.
Yes.
Of letting go and not hanging on to stuff. Tomorrow on Doll Day.
I love it. Ownership is an illusion. There's no ownership.
No, we
we're
can't.
borrowing
You're with you're with
borrowing
something
it.
for a while.
everything.
This is one of these lessons I've learned out here in New Mexico, is that ownership is an illusion, and not to become really
It's
attached
very
to things.
funny.
Yeah.
So can you pull me a card? How hard is this going to be for me to let go of all that stuff in my garage I've had for 20 years?
Good. All right. Well, instead of saying how hard, because that's kind of like
How
setting,
easy?
Except no. Will it be successful emotionally for me?
better. Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yes. So here we go. We got the King of Pentacles.
Mhm.
Now this is like very Taurus energy. He's sitting on his throne. His robes are covered with
With grapes surrounded by abundance.
abundance.
Mhm.
It's not a very fast card, so perhaps things won't move as fast as you like, but you
Mhm.
have a lot. But this, yeah, I think that this, is a positive one. But let's pull one more.
Yeah. Well, let's just
It's one of a few yard
on the bottom.
sales.
Well, look at the bottom.
Okay, so there's this fun thing with tarot. So you pull the card on the top is the question, and then the card on the bottom is the source, like the very kind of base source of it.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. We've got the
Eight of Pentacles.
the lush life,
Yeah.
and this gal, this is
Now, she has not fully grown into her wealth. As you could see, her robe is not quite fitting, but you're getting used to this new idea.
and it's pentacles, which is
divesting.
also like your personal values.
Yeah.
It's not just money, but it's like what you value.
Right.
That is right on. We all know what Heather's.
You invested a lot of feelings into all this stuff, right?
Right.
And you want to make sure it all comes to something.
Right.
Yeah.
And goes to say somebody good, we're getting rid of.
Yeah.
And it's going to take, I think that was one of the things that I was talking to my husband. It's a cathartic healing process
Mhm.
where other people can go enjoy these items.
Yeah.
And it's going to make it a little bit easier for me to go for us to go to New Mexico,
Mhm.
whether we go to Hawaii to be grandma, grandpa,
Mhm.
just a little lighter in the process.
Yeah, you have to lighten it up and make room for all the new stuff that's coming in.
You have to make room. You can't get new stuff unless you get rid of all the,
Yeah.
start a material vacuum.
And like, what's better than like bumping into something unexpected that's amazing?
Mhm.
And I love that about going to like a yard sale or like a flea market or to a store, is like, oh my God, look at this amazing thing. Or like, this person has the coolest shit. Not to swear, but I just swore. But yeah, so it like really, it helps everybody, the people that are coming into your yard sale and they buy this awesome stuff.
Well, it's good for you to see a good home that your stuff's going to. That's very helpful.
Yeah. So and I know that we sent you some good stuff. But my vintage Pendletons are coming to Michael. So it is, I think it is. It's about finding different places for stuff to go. So
Yeah.
Who could take care of this? I can't anymore. I just can't.
Yeah. And I know we've got some stuff that through the years mom's given or we're just sending out. So we have a whole list of sacred items, items that Aunt Esperanza made all these clothes by hand, the dream bundle bags that she hand crocheted over 7 years. There's just a lot of stuff that we're going to put out there in the ethers. We are having a sale on Love and Light. You use the code June20 with a capital J to get the discount through Monday. So that's going to help us in many ways. So take a look. And is there any last words, Michael and Everest, that you have to share with everyone on as we move into the weekend and head toward the full moon?
I think enjoy the uncoupling of Mars and Jupiter, because that's been keeping everyone really intense.
Yeah.
You know, so take a moment, relax, focus on you and your diversity and your interests, and really enjoy it.
Yes, summer vacation.
Yeah.
Like,
Perfect.
treat yourself. Summer vacation, set up your boundaries, take care of yourself.
Decide what is truth and justice.
Yeah. And learn
Just
something
keep
new.
thinking about that.
Learn something new this full moon.
Yeah. And, you know, make sure to subscribe to your page. You guys share lots of good information. And we look forward to seeing those of you on Sunday. And we'll probably be trying to do this every few weeks as we can. So thank you for everyone. Thank you for your time. Make sure to comment and share it, because we're going to give away some free gifts as well, and just pick some random people. So much love and light to everyone. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Everest, Michael, I love you.
Thanks,
and
love
we'll
you.
see you Sunday.
Okay, bye.
Oh, and take a picture for Doll Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go over there. I'll go over there today.
You and your trolls too, the troll dolls.
You know, I didn't know I was a doll collector, but I think I am.
Oh no, we have a doll collection.
Yeah, I tried.
They're always watching us.
And they are always watching us. Yes.
I love you guys.
Bye.
All right. Love you.